Okay, well, tell me about your FIFA career mode.
I got to the playoffs.
Okay.
And beat Leeds 7-3 or 4 in like both legs. And but yeah, let me say this. I want to get your opinion, right?
Okay.
So you saw me when I first started.
Yes.
Like I didn't even have the controls right. I was very new. I didn't know what I was doing.
You were awful.
I was really awful. So I was doing really bad at the start, and then towards the end of the season, I started picking it up. But at that point, then my manager rating was like 48.
Okay.
I beat a team 4-0, and my manager rating went down because they gave me an objective of getting top 2, and I was like 10th or something. So they were really hating on me. So I started winning games, and I was winning games, and I got sacked. So I was like, what the hell?
Okay.
It's live on stream as well. I was like, fuck.
So what happened then?
So what I did was I just went back to my save and just beat the team. So I played. It was a 0-0 draw, and they sacked me. Played that same. Went back on the save file, played it again, and beat Millwall 4-0, and didn't sack me. And then So my question to you was: do you think I should have? Well, that's not a question because I'm happy with what I did.
Do I think it's fair that you went back on the save file?
Yeah.
It depends.
Well, here's my thought process. These are my options. Either A, I continue and just sign for Blackburn, which is who offered me a contract, which doesn't really make sense because I'm doing a Forest career mode. Like I'm not picking. It's my team. I'm not picking like a random team. If I picked like Mansfield or someone else, I would have obviously gone to a new club. But it's a Forest career mode. The other option is I do what I did, go back a game and just try not get sacked. Or the other option is I just start a whole new one again.
I definitely wouldn't start a whole new one again because you will literally just do the same thing again.
Yeah.
I think if you're very set on doing it as Forest getting to the top, then you have to go back and you just have to be like, I failed once kind of thing. And that's just that's part of the series is you failed now. But
yeah, at the end of the day, I'm making a YouTube series as well. It's doing really well. I don't want to stop the series.
So I'm just going to doing a FIFA career mode. Then I would have signed for a new club.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But if you're the whole like Zidane zone, for example, my end goal was get the best Zidane.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were like, just get a different icon. And I'm like, well, it's not how it really works.
Not how it works,
I can't just go like, okay, we've gone from Zidane zone to, I don't know, like Perlo zone. It's not how it's just not a thing. So yeah, I would realistically go back the save and I would just make sure.
You don't get sacked.
Yeah, but I would also say like, we failed once.
Yeah. But the thing is though, as well, is like I was playing so much better, so like it didn't reflect where I hadn't touched FIFA this entire year in the first half of the season. If I play it again, I would have done a lot better. I may not have like got promoted or whatever, but I wouldn't have got sacked for sure. But so like now, like I played the playoffs. I didn't like that's the only time where I got sacked. I started again. Like I went through the whole playoffs and just won like really well. So I was like, I'm clearly better. It's going well. I still can't do the drag back yet though. Still a struggle for me.
To be fair, I don't think you need them that much against computer.
Yeah.
Against people, they're just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But FIFA obviously have packs.
Yeah.
And there's this whole thing about loot boxes now and whether they're gambling or not.
Well, so they got banned in a couple of countries, didn't they?
Yes.
I think Belgium.
And I think they actually are being banned here. Like, I think it's
actually, or is it going to like just be up in the air?
I'm not actually sure.
I think loot boxes are being looked at, but I know that knowing EA, they'll probably find the way to worm out of it.
The House of Lords Gambling Committee says video game loot boxes should be regulated under gambling laws. So it's, I don't know. It says the government must. They're saying the government must act immediately to bring loot boxes within gambling regulations. It's definitely
true. My opinion is that I think obviously, well, we all know FIFA packs are just a rip off
for sure.
Yeah, and obviously, like you, Josh, or whoever, like you open packs because you just watch your job. Like you're doing it for content. You can then afford those packs because your video is making it makes sense for you to buy a pack for your content and that you'll make it back. Whereas I always feel for the people who literally don't have that and they are literally opening packs with the hope of getting good players and they're literally just putting their money down the drain.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I personally, obviously, I do spend a lot on packs, and I wouldn't if it wasn't my job.
Yeah,
and I honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with it being gambling, but I think you do have to take it to. You do need to make it so not everyone can just buy packs.
Yeah,
because it's the same way as I see like promoting gambling. As long as it's very clear it is actually gambling, because right now everyone sees packs and they're like, well, it's not gambling. Like, you know,
you're buying a play. You know, yeah, you're getting players, you're getting contracts and all that stuff.
Yeah. So I think they definitely should be considered gambling.
Yeah.
Or
age
that
range,
would make
age limited.
So would it be considered gambling if you can't buy FIFA points? That's what I don't know.
Well, no, because it would be
currency.
Yeah. If you're thinking currency, it's fine because you're gambling with your coins. But at the end of the day, that could just be the game.
But that's still a loot box.
True, but if you play blackjack, say, on the Switch with chips that they give you in the game, is that gambling? Because you're not losing anything.
True.
Other than your in-game currency, like.
True.
But it's the people, right, like on the article as well, in the related article, it's like that someone's son spent like $3,000 on FIFA packs. Like the issue is like it is addicting. I used to spend a lot of money on packs. It's addicting, yeah.
Yeah.
You think you're going to get something, you don't. And I know now they do actually state your percentage of getting a certain rating.
That doesn't change anything.
But they don't talk about the card. Like, you don't know how like likely you're going to get Ronaldo.
And the percentage means nothing because obviously probability has no memory. So you're sat there with, okay, I've got a 3% chance of getting a team of the season or something.
Yeah.
I'm going to open 100 packs. I'll get 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I'll open 100 packs, get 0 because each pack has 3.
Yeah, yeah.
So I honestly, I do think that it should be classed as gambling and should be, you know, I don't think it should be accessible. I think it should just be out of the game.
Yeah.
If I'm honest.
Yeah, it should be. Because what is gambling at the end of the day? Like, gambling is it's addiction, right? Because you can play at a casino, and at the end of the day, the casinos are built to take your money, like house rules or whatever. Like their goal, their literal goal is to take your money, and the games are built where you do lose most of the time. Obviously, you can win, you know, you can win a lot of money, but at the end of the day, like collectively, they're going to make more money on you. And people who don't have like an addictive personality or don't get addicted can easily just stop. They can walk away. Right, I'm going to put £200 on. Whatever I do here, I'll leave happy because I've spent that £200 to have fun, not to make money. Whereas the same thing does apply to FIFA, but the issue with FIFA is it's not an 18 plus or 21 plus
like
casino.
A Peggy 3.
Yeah, it's literally a game that a lot of children play, and yet it still has the same like addictive. It is gambling because at the end of the day, kids want to try and get the Ronaldo, the card, and the thing is they can't stop. Like if you're doing something where you can't stop, then that then should be treated as.
That's the thing. I personally have no issue with gambling, promoting gambling, as long as it's very clear.
Yeah,
it is gambling.
Yeah,
and also, everyone who like does it, you got to be old enough and responsible enough to do it. Don't like FIFA is literally catering to. I mean, it's a Peggy 3.
Yeah.
Literally anyone, which to me it makes me think, what are they going to do next FIFA? And I think they're going to just release FIFA and then a separate
for Ultimate Team
18 plus Ultimate Team. Because realistically, how many kids will just lie about their age and buy it, which is really bad. Yeah. But they will just buy it. So as long as they do that, then FIFA sales will go up because everyone can still buy it. And then they'll have this separate game, which is where they make their money. And they're like, oh, but we are saying it's 18 plus and it's gambling, like blah, blah, blah.
I remember at the start, Ultimate Team was that, wasn't it? It was a separate thing. Like you had to pay. I think you had to pay to get into it.
I think so.
Like
yeah,
£5 extra to get Ultimate Team. But it's a joke, man. Like it's just and also if they didn't have packs, the game would be so much better because they to now make money, they would have to improve the game rather than just.
I would love them to just take packs out of the game or do, like a set. Okay, if like the objectives. You get a pack when you've
SBCs and stuff. Yeah. So you only get packs with completing challenges.
Yeah,
that would be great. It would make the game so much better.
But right now it's
and you get packs for your winning foot champs, stuff like that.
Yeah, because at the moment every single person in the game has one of the best teams you can get.
Yeah,
because
they spent money.
And it's that's just it's not.
Yeah, so like to literally to compete at FIFA, you have to spend like $2,000. To even get at the top level.
Pay to win.
Literally it's pay to win. But the issue is as well is that it's that no one at EA will ever stop doing it because if you're looking at it at a business point of view, no one's ever going to be like, all right guys, we're making billions we should stop. They just won't do it. So the only way, like, at this point here, the only way for it to end is literally for the government or someone to step in and literally regulate it. Otherwise, it won't change.
It's the saddest thing for me is the fact that Ultimate Team is all right, but clubs to me is the best game mode.
So yeah.
And I think they can make not the same amount of money because that's ridiculous, but they can make a lot of money from clubs while also not promoting gambling to 5-year-olds.
Yeah, literally.
Because they just Fortnite, for example, the amount of microtransactions and stuff. I want to buy this skin,
and Fortnite is not pay to win.
Clubs, put that in clubs, and go. All right, this every day we're going to release a new ball, a new stadium, a new kit, a new hairstyle, new boots, new you can wear a ring or something like that. Bless you.
Thank you.
You could do all of that.
Yeah.
Everyone would buy stuff.
More people would buy stuff. Because if you're going to ask me, what would you rather do? Would you rather spend £100 on a 1 out of 4,000 chance of getting Ronaldo, or spend £100 on literally playing with a ball that's on fire or something?
Yeah.
I would buy that.
Even if you...
I know what I'm getting.
Even if you made it very, very cheap and realistically you make it last a day or two, I would still buy it. So if, Easter weekend, you make a special event where you can pay 29p and your team can play in a bunny outfit.
Yeah.
I would pay that. Even if I know, okay, I can buy it on Friday, it's gone on Monday.
Yeah.
I'd still pay 29p to play that. And I think a lot of people would.
Yeah. And the annoying thing is that FIFA is football, so that's why it's so successful, is because everyone loves football. And that's I know you got PES, but it's the biggest, best FIFA, blah, blah, blah. The issue is, imagine if there was a game that wasn't FIFA that was pretty much pro clubs, like a standalone game. That would be the best game ever. Everyone would play.
Because no one trusts any other game.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So even if it was that good,
so that's the issue. So it's FIFA have now got a monopoly on any style of football game. So it's it seems like how Warzone is so successful. It's because you have to be a multiplayer that you all play with your mates. Imagine if you had a game where it was just pro clubs. Imagine everyone we'll play that so much more. Cause it would be built as a game as well, rather than just a mode on FIFA. Pro clubs is still the best.
For sure,
the best experience.
There's so many things. Honestly, we've had so many talks about it. Of what can you do to this game? Imagine having you can actually do training drills with your mates and stuff. And try and get a high score.
So good.
Stuff like that.
Skill games. Yeah, they used to do that. They used to do skill games on FIFA.
Yeah,
where you and your mate could just play it together and hit.
But I'm saying you could do it with 10 of you.
Yeah,
or 11 of you.
Yeah, it'd be sick.
There's so many things that they can do, and you can
or a 5-a-side game.
Well, that's a Volta.
Yeah, no, but it's an
actual normal
training
5-a-side
game. Yeah.
There's just so many things, and I don't. It's annoying because I don't think PAX is. Because to me, PAX isn't like a normal type of gambling either.
No.
Because when I think of, as you said, blackjack, I think you're going to blackjack, you're literally going, all right, here's my money.
Yeah.
I know the odds are, whatever, I get my money back plus double.
Yeah.
And I know what the rule is. Whereas this is literally a game of luck.
Yeah.
This is literally, I'm going to open this pack. I have such ridiculously low odds.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still gonna just I don't feel like when I buy however much money, I've spent thousands on packs.
Yeah,
I don't feel like I'm spending real money.
Yeah, because you're in the illusion of it being a game.
And I see it as FIFA points. I'm like,
exactly, yeah. So we'll put it this way, right? So obviously, people are probably listening to this thinking, "Oh, well, Randy, you open Pokemon cards." Yeah, it's the same thing. End of the day, Ultimate Team is literally based off Panini or Match Attax.
I can't sell my team of the season Ronaldo for real money.
That's the issue. Say you go to a casino, right? You buy chips. You take chips to blackjack. If you win, you cash them out. If you lose, you take back whatever you still have. You can then go back to the cashier and get your money back, or with value. Yeah. With Pokemon cards, I'm paying £4 for a pack or whatever. I have these cards forever now. They're literally tangible. If it's a good card, I can sell it for profit. If it's not, I'll put it in my collection or whatever. I own these cards now. With FIFA, your cards will expire the year after. And they literally came in and stopped anyone from ever taking any money out of FIFA. So if, for example, I open a pack on FIFA and I get Ronaldo in FIFA 14, how about a world where Ultimate Team is always there and I now have a FIFA 14 Ronaldo that I can play within in games, or at least collect or something, or still own and has some sort of value? That'll be a lot better. But instead, you pay however many thousands in FIFA 20 for this card that you want, and then FIFA 21, the card it didn't expire, but no one plays the game anymore, and it's pretty much considered like gone.
I see Pokemon cards more as, realistically, it's still 18 plus, but stocks rather than gambling.
Yeah.
Because you're investing into a pack, hoping that the value goes up.
Yeah.
It's
and at the end of the day, a lot of people don't even do it for an investment reason. They just do it to put in a collection. Like you're buying in FIFA, you're buying packs so you get a card so you can use it in,
Yeah, most people don't buy Pokemon cards to actually play with them.
A lot of people do that, but most of them just
but...
collect with it. And, those cards are legal for like however many years, whereas FIFA just expires.
Do they actually go up with value?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a bit of a sticky one still. But I'm hoping that, because if it does come in, I'm hoping that they have to work on the game a little bit more. So next FIFA should, if that happens, there should be some big change.
There has to be.
That makes them...
Yeah, and a lot of people will like say, will look at you guys who open packs and be like, oh, they must, think this way. Well, right now, you guys are in opinion of like it's bad for a lot of people.
Yeah, which I know a lot of people will then argue and say, but surely you're just promoting it and like saying that you want it to continue because you're posting it so much. And I'm like, well, ultimately, it's my job.
It's not everyone's job.
Yeah, and people want to see it. I'm just saying it doesn't make the game, it's not bad in terms of viewing. It's just, I don't know, it's hard to explain.
Well, it's like if it wasn't in the game, you would do something else still. Like, it's not like you're not relying on that. And if someone, it's like you can do it because you put money in the game for the packs. You're gonna make it back because it's content. Whereas some Johnny out there playing on his own, he isn't going to do that. So it's just it's in a different light, And at the end of the day, if you open packs, it means that someone else there doesn't have to go and spend thousands on it. They can just watch you and have that same enjoyment. Which I think a lot of people do. So,
well, for example, when you play FIFA, if you're playing Foot Champs, the way you exploit the game is you run down the line, cross, like cut back, pass across, shoot. The game is broken in terms of that. So if the game's broken in terms of that, and the way views work is you open packs, you get more views. Like if I play a game of FIFA, my views are 10 times lower than if I just open packs.
Yeah.
Which do you think I'm going to do?
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's not very fun to play the game. The game is a very good menu game, so I'm going to spend more time doing stuff like that. Yeah. And if I know it gets more views and it's more fun, I'm going to do that.
Yeah. It's crazy to me that like people enjoy the menus and the challenges more than the actual game. It seems so
That's
backwards.
Really backwards.
Even in my career mode, everyone's like, I'll just sim it. I'm like, what? If I'm going to sim it, I'll go play Football Manager. Like, the whole point of FIFA is that you play the game. But everyone's like, no, the game's crap. I'm like, well,
no one enjoys watching the game anymore.
Yeah.
It's because it's so slow and defensive.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's... I don't know. Hopefully next FIFA will be better.